Hey folks, welcome back to Fresh Produce. I'm Pete from BTI. Now, we've had this channel running for quite a few years now, and one of our oldest and most popular videos is a flat pedal comparison. So today I thought I'd bring back the same idea again. We'll take a look at a whole bunch of pedals and talk about some of the unique differences between them. But we have so many pedals in the catalog that I had to break it up into two videos. So this one is going to focus on our metal pedals, and then we have another video where we focus on and compare the composite or the plastic pedals. So here we're going to definitely see a lot higher price points between the pedals and just basically our most premium pedals in the catalog. And just know that if you're not ready to spend a ton of money, there's still pedals out there with a lot of the same features, similar weights even, and that are just made out of a different material. So check out that other video if you haven't already. And we'll bring a couple of those in at the end of the video so we can kind of look at how each company builds some of the differences between their metal and composite pedals. So let's dive right into it. All right, starting at the top here with a pedal that I think most folks haven't really seen. It's fairly new to our catalog and fairly new to the United States. These are Pembry pedals. These are made in the UK and they spare no expense trying to keep their environmental footprint down on these. So do all the recycling they can. They're carbon neutral wherever possible as well. So really cool overall business model. And I think these are super nice looking pedals. Okay, these pedals come in at 488 grams and they're 110 by 100 millimeters in their footprint. They do use some really specialty little pins here that thread in from the top. So a little socket will slip over those and thread them out when you're ready to replace or remove. The rest of the pedal all CNC'd, super nice look to that with just a fine finish on it. Now, one thing I really noticed is that they've actually made the center of the axle area here a little bit lower. So you're gonna get a nice concave feel as your foot stands on the pins and then can kind of flex into the center of that pedal. Now they have a couple of other pedals in the line. I just grabbed the DA2 model today. The other one has a unique feature where the actual front and back of the pedal can be removed and replaced in case of rock damage or also even just for color matching. So a couple of cool options from Pembry. Another one that's super new to our catalog and also to the US, we've got Tatsy pedals. This is the Tatsy Link, a really, really unique pedal here. Okay, this Tatsy Link is one of the lighter metal pedals in our lineup here today. It's coming in at 343 grams and it's a really nice big footprint, 13 by 97. And what's super unique about these pedals is they're only 9 millimeters thick. So super, super thin and machined out all around. Now, of course, the center axle is a little taller than that. So you are gonna feel that if you remove these middle pins, but this pedal uses super, super long pins as well. So you are gonna stand up above that axle a bit more than some other options, and they're gonna really bite in to your shoe. So I think this pedal is just super unique out there in how thin it is, extremely tall pins, and then a lightweight, of course, because of all that machining. So take a look at that Tatsy Link. Now Tatsy does have a couple other pedals in the lineup as well, but I think this is the really most unique pedal in their catalog. So that's why I focused on the Link today. Now Reverse is another company that is exclusive to BTI and doesn't have a whole lot of visibility in the United States, but features some really big hitting freeriders. So they test their products to a super high level and they make some really quality stuff. So this one here today is the Reverse Black One, another one that's ultra light. This one's just 300 grams and it is 100 by 100 millimeters for overall size. Replaceable pins like the other, but they come in some nice colors. And this pedal also has an option in titanium spindle. That's gonna really keep that weight down. So moving right along, we've got the Gusset S2. This is another pedal made in the UK, or designed in the UK, I should say, really specially sealed for good defense against a lot of mud and slop. They have nice tall pins on this one, and overall pretty flat. They have a little concavity built into it, but overall a fairly flat foot shape on this guy. For the Gusset S2, we're looking at 400 grams and 100 by 100 foot size. All right, the next pedal is by far the largest in the catalog. This Tag Metals T1 pedal, 449 grams, 115 by 120. So just a huge footprint. If you have big feet and really like a lot of real estate on your pedals, this is a great one to take a look at. Now these pins are a little bit thicker than some others, so probably not going to just tear up your shoe the way that a thin pin might, but there are a ton of different pin placements all around as well, so you can really dial in the feel of these pedals for your needs. Unique look on this one too. I think it really looks nice, along with just being massive size. All right, next we've got One Up, one of the most popular pedals in our catalog, another one that's a BTI exclusive. This pedal looks really similar to their composite pedal, but a couple of key differences on the metal version here. First of all, again, the pins sit really tall, and on this metal pedal, they have, again, made the front and back just slightly thinner than the center axle section. So a lot of clearance there with a little different feel on your foot. Your foot's gonna just kind of wrap over this pedal in a different way. So a kind of a unique feel on that one. And the way they got the center section still quite thin, even though it's not quite as thin as the front and back, they actually moved the bearing to the crank side and gave a nice big bearing right there. So you can kind of see that stands out and sticks out away from the pedal. Because of that, they have a super smooth feel because of that ultra large bearing. And I think that bearing should last quite a long time. Should be pretty easy to replace when you need to as well. So this One Up component pedal, we sell a ton of them and has some really unique features to it. This one comes in at 355 grams and it's 115 by 105 millimeters on the sides. All right, next pedal in the lineup, super classy looking Bergtech. This is their Mark V Penthouse pedal. So they've been working on these for a long time and really have done a lot of refinement along the way. The shape looks very similar to their Mark IV and the current composite pedal, but high-end machining all around and a really nice finish to it. It's another pedal that's designed and tested in the UK, so excellent seals should help this pedal stand up to mud and muck better than some of the others. This pedal's coming in at 379 grams, and it's one of those pedals with a little bit narrower pins. Also, it's slightly thicker than some of the others, but it does have more concave in the middle. They're actually cutting some of this axle center section down a little bit to give you that concave feel, so your shoe will flex and sink into it as opposed to over the top of it. So pretty cool option there. All right, moving right along to a super flashy pedal. Here we've got the DMR Vault. This one's another super popular in our catalog, and for good reason. This is the lock-on signature model. Has a signature right inside there. This is a Fest Series special pedal. Pretty cool, story to go along with that one. But the whole Vault lineup, there's several different versions of it, are cool options with a lot to like about them. The Vault comes in at 430 grams with a foot size of 105 by 105 millimeters. And this is another one that uses sort of actually different pins in the front. These are kind of narrower pins that are gonna thread out the bottom. And then along the sides, they use slightly thicker pins that are gonna be able to come out of the top. So just different needs and different placement around the pedal. And those can all be removed and swapped around to let you dial in the fit just right. All right, so next pedal in the lineup, this is also from DMR. This is the V12, excuse me, and this is the magnesium version. So they do a couple of different versions of the V12 pedal. I grabbed the magnesium today because I thought it was unique in its weight and just one of our only magnesium pedals on the catalog at the moment. Okay, so this one's coming in at 350 grams, so it's a really nice lightweight option in a flat pedal. It is 110 by 105 millimeters on the foot size there, and same pins all the way around. It does have a little bit of a narrower section in the middle of this axle, and then the sides are more flat throughout, so gonna have a little more of that concave feel to it. All right, Last but not least, we've got the Crank Brothers stamp pedals. These, a couple of different versions here. I brought the Stamp 7 in the large size. They make a small and a large for each pedal. And then I also brought the Stamp 11 in the small size. So small and large pedals just to kind of fit shoe shape, or shoe size, I should say. But you can also just disregard that and think about what your preference might be. But the recommendation is the small pedal fits up to about a size 10 shoe, and the large is going to be 10 and above. Now for the Stamp 7, you're going to get steel axles, replaceable pins like the rest of these pedals, and some really nice machining throughout. They have got some details here that are just going to give you some extra traction and different feel to them. When we look at the Stamp 11, the big difference is they've gone to a titanium axle, so one of the lightest, and just because of that. We do have some tie axles available on some of these others, so take a look like at the reverse black 1 pedal, also available in tie axle, and a few others, but I think this one has a cool look with the gold finishing on it. And if you're looking for an extremely light pedal, that's a great way to go. Okay, and to give you some details, we're looking at 299 grams for the tie version, the Stamp 11 small, and we're looking at 375 grams for the steel axle large. So pretty big differences there. There's going to be some variation between pedal size and the axle differences, so take a look. Now, I also wanted to bring back a few of the plastic pedals from our other video and give you a quick rundown on those. Now, if we're looking at these two 1-up pedals, the overall shape is almost exactly alike. If we look at the thickness of the pedal, the metal pedal is significantly narrower. We're talking, 6 millimeters or so in most places of the pedal. I think that comes down to the strength of the material. They can actually afford to make it quite small while still being super strong. But also on this one, they really even are using different axles. So you can see on the composite pedal, the axle goes all the way through and there's a cap at the other end. Versus on the metal pedal, that special feature that I mentioned where the bearing actually sits inboard of the pedal itself, and the axle doesn't even go all the way to the end. So it's just a really short, stubby axle there, and resting on the stronger bearings. So kind of a unique little difference between those pedals. Even though they are the same shape, they really have some different design features inside. Hopefully you find a pedal in this video or our flat pedal video that maybe suits your needs. If you do, make sure you ask at your local bike shop and tell them BTI sent you. Hopefully this was helpful, folks, today. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.